Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis coming at you. Coming at you with something a little different. I was having a conversation with my boy G Williams, and we were talking about a philosophy of mine, the difference between argument and debate. And I really believe that this issue is something that kind of impacts the black community, especially, and our ability to, or inability to, interact with each other on a respectful level. And I'll explain what I mean. Before I get into detail, though, let me tell you where I think this comes from. We were kind of reared in our household from the do as I say, not as I do generation. Our parents didn't exactly explain things to us. They tell you to do something and you're supposed to do it because they told you to do it. Well, because kids learn from their parents, what ends up happening? You mimic that behavior growing up, whether it be consciously or unconsciously. So, excuse me. So, what ends up happening is you interact with friends and you feel it's not necessary to explain yourself when stating an opinion or a position. Or you interact with somebody that you care about and you feel like it's unnecessary to explain a opinion or position. And that comes from the do as I say, not as I do generation. The problem with that is that position demands empathy. And most Americans aren't good at empathy. We're not good at being able to understand where you come from just because you said that's where you come from. We need you to connect the dots for us. And a lot of people are unprepared to do that. Now, let me get into the difference between argument and debate. A debate is a conversation where you have two conflicting opinions and there are facts lended to this discussion, layering facts on both sides to solidify each position. Okay? Each person, whether they have a differing opinion or not, it's facts that are offered to the conversation to solidify the position. Now, an argument is similar, except there are no facts necessary because the person feels like their position is enough fact for the conversation. So it's one of those situations to where it requires you to accept what I say because I said it. It's almost like pimp talk. Go up there and, have sex with this man and bring the money back to me. And that's how we go take over the world. And I don't explain to you how, just like kind of like what Cat Williams said. It doesn't work. And that's one of the reasons why it creates conflict, because when you're in an argument and it's emotionally driven, you feel like you're being personally attacked when a person has a rebuttal. A rebuttal isn't necessarily an attack. A rebuttal isn't necessarily a challenge for a person that's in a debate. A person that's in a debate doesn't consider it a challenge because they have the facts to solidify their position. So whether you agree, change your opinion, or disagree, you're perfectly fine with going back and forth with somebody on a specific issue. When you're in an argument, it's already personal because you've decided that what you say matters because you said it. So any challenge to what you're saying without credible fact to it is an argument. So a lot of times you might be sitting in a debate, which happens to me a lot, and I think I'm in a debate when really I'm in an argument because the other person has decided that I'm in an argument. Or that they're in an argument, because really the only person that can put you in an argument is you. You're the only person that can put yourself in an argument. So a lot of times we allow ourselves to be dragged into argument because we eliminate fact from the conversation. We eliminate stat from the conversation. Like you take the class statistics. The whole point of statistics is for the purpose of being able to prove a theory right or wrong. So, like, take myself. If I have a position or a strong position on a specific issue, what I immediately do for myself is I start to do the research necessary, or I start to pretty much analyze my position to see if it holds credibility. Because what I might actually find out is that my position is incorrect. Like, I used to hold a position to where I wasn't for gay marriage, but I was saying that I was for human rights. Well, that's a contradiction. How can I be for human rights if I'm not for gay marriage? Because gays and lesbians are human. Therefore, I must be for their rights too. In analyzing my own theory, I was able to see that my theory contradicted another theory of mine, and it allowed me to figure out which theory needed to go. When you do this, you're prepared to sit down and have a discussion that goes back and forth, basically solidifying your position or, debating your position without taking it personal. Because when you're in a debate, you don't win anything. Even if I can get you to change your opinion to mirror my opinion, what do I win? Money? Time? What do I have? A follower? Like, it doesn't change anything. But when you're in an argument, you actually deal with win-lose proposition. And the reason why is because in an argument, you don't have the fact to solidify your position, and you don't want to go back and forth with anybody. You want the whole discussion to stop. So what you win is the conversation going away and you never having to discuss it again. So think about this the next time you're having a conversation and figure out, am I in an argument or am I in a debate? 9 times out of 10, if you have the facts to solidify your position, you're in a debate. But if you don't, then you're in an argument. And it might be time to re-solidify your position or rethink the position that you really have. Because if you can't have the facts to back up how you feel, then maybe how you feel isn't real. G. Lewis, I'm out.